It is. So, did you mute me, Don?
I heard you.
You hear me? All right. It is 7:03 on the wow. It's 7:02 on the East Coast. It is 4:02 on the West Coast. It is the 19th of April in the year of our Lord 2024, and I am not ready for the show. Got to get hooked up to some Wi-Fi here. Oh, nope, not that. Welcome. The Clubhouse podcast we talked about last night is live and in living color. We are on a remote show tonight. How about that?
Riveting stuff right now.
Well, we're not stuck. We just have
stuff. We got riveting stuff right now.
I can't hear you at all.
Uh-oh.
Try now.
I can't hear.
I can hear you. I guess I could not hear you in my ears, and that's fine.
Can you hear me now?
I mean, I can hear you, but
okay.
Yeah, we are back.
We are back.
Absolutely, we're back. We're running a little bit under. Oh man.
Again, riveting entertainment. Everybody.
Trying to get on the Wi-Fi because I don't have the run sheet. Otherwise, grab. Get the key for me and tell me which one it is, which for the Wi-Fi, because I forgot. Okay. We are live at the Angelika Film Centre at Mockingbird Station. The Clubhouse podcast is live for the next hour and a half-ish for the USA Film Festival. If you see me looking down, I'm actually seeing what's going on here. Yeah. The whip key. Is it that one? Oh, now I'm connected. Thank you, sir. I can't read, and that's okay. I mean, you would think reading would be a requirement of this gig. I don't know. All right, now I got to get into OneNote here because otherwise I am screwed. No, that's not what I want. Cancel that. This is riveting radio, Don.
I told you. That's what I said.
This is riveting.
They're getting their money's worth on this.
That's right.
This is how when things go wrong sometimes. This is what's
this is what people don't see. This is our controlled chaos. Hey, Don, can you do me a favor? Go over to the laptop and click on where it says comments at the top, because that's the whole point of me doing this, and I forgot to do that. It is the opening weekend for the USA Film Festival. We are live at the Angelika. Don't use the mouse because it doesn't work, Don. All there. Yeah, almost there. There we go. All right. Oh, nope. Hit it again. You just took it away. There we go. Now we're back. We're going to get this under control, people. I promise. Yeah.
Ann, can you hear me? Can you hear me on the? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. We're in business, Don. We're cooking with gas right now.
Now we're good to go.
We are good to go. I mean, you can go turn that one up if you want. It's number 4 on the board. On the board, Don. On the board. Number 4. You are number 4. We also don't have an engineer, so we're experimenting with new tech. Channel 4 on the board. There's a little the dial at the bottom next to the number 4. Turn it up a little bit. Now you got to talk, and you should have brought the mic with you because it is wireless.
Test 1 2 3. Oh.
Give it a little bit more.
Turn it down.
Give it a little more.
Test 1 2 3.
There we go. Is that better?
1 2 3.
All right. We were definitely running under the gun to get this all done for you guys.
But this is how it goes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is live podcasting. We don't edit. We don't do
champagne.
Oh, champagne. Good Lord, no. I'm driving. What are you talking about? I got to finish off my Mountain Dew. And can you grab that for me, Don? No free ads. No free ads. Riveting. All right, Don, I need you to do one more thing.
What's
you see these 2 boxes on my screen right now? Click. It's a touch screen. Okay. So just touch dismiss on both of them.
Okay.
Otherwise, I won't be able to see anything. But we are experimenting with some new tech, making it look a little bit cleaner than it has in the past. What is in front of me? There goes one. There goes the other one. There's papers all over the place. Grab those batteries, Don. Oh, what happened? That wasn't supposed to happen. This is just going crazy on me today. Yeah, put it up there. It's okay. We have got a lot going on right here tonight. I think we finally got the wheels on it. It only took us 6 minutes past the hour. I actually had to go change my shirt, and then I looked up and it said 3, 2, 1. I was like, oh, goodness gracious. I'm usually a little bit better than that. So,
hey, we're back.
We are back, and we're
USA
live right
Film.
now on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitch For those of you that may not know about our huge announcement last night, we are now back on Apple Podcasts. We are also on Spotify, and we are also on Amazon Music.
We're moving up in the place.
We are. We're getting stuff done.
Yeah.
You know, and it's the only way. Oh, I think I know why I can't hear you, because I'm on a different feed, and that's okay.
Okay.
I'm good with it.
So guess what?
Chicken butt.
Fried and greased. You want a piece?
I do like chicken.
Okay, but here's the thing.
Mhm.
So this is riveting stuff too. So
Yes.
I was gone last night.
Uh-huh.
So in our house of the Casa de Ford with
Yep.
me and the Fantastic Faith.
Yep.
In our master bedroom, in the two office and
In your main bedroom.
our I call it is
Well,
master.
it's
technically. Well, when you do real estate,
but there's terminology that has changed.
our bedroom,
Okay, there you
and
go.
then the guest bedroom,
Mhm.
and then the office. We're putting new carpet in. It's going to be in tomorrow. So we spent the last couple days moving everything out from 3 rooms into all the rooms. And I right now, if you walk our house, it look like the show Hoarders. But that's just the way.
Well,
it
yeah,
is.
because that's when you
Yeah, I
do
know.
that. Like
But you really-
we've done that at our old house, where people don't understand. Like you have to move everything to a room, and then carpet that room,
Yeah.
and then you have to take everything, put it back in the
That
room,
room.
and then take everything from the other room and
So
put
we
it
have
in
3
that
rooms
room.
all at
Yeah,
once.
so
So
you're basically
we have-
doing this
yeah.
weird
No,
shell game.
all 3 rooms are empty. But yeah, but it's like you never realize how much stuff you have. You don't think you have that much stuff until you either move or you
Oh,
do
yeah.
carpet.
Yeah, we had, remember we had to do it twice because of the water thing.
Yeah, I remember. you
Alex
had that.
is in the chat room. Alex can't be here tonight,
Okay.
but we've got guests coming up just a little while. Beverages are being supplied. I don't know what's happening right now. The 50th anniversary of the USA Film Festival. 54? Oh, this is just, okay, 54.
Okay.
Still older than me.
Okay.
Maybe not you.
No, I'm 52.
Okay.
No, hold on. What's the year? 24. I'll be
You know how old
53.
he is.
I'll be 53 in October. Oh, there's Raymond.
The great Raymond Garcia has arrived.
We love
By
Raymond.
law, we have to say that. But the USA Film Festival has some great things over the year. We're going to have some filmmakers on tonight because this is part 2 of the double feature, 2 nights in a row. It is season 14, episode 26, which means you have been welcome to this show 661 times. You can believe it. Here's Raymond. You see most of Raymond. See, we're live. We're on video. There you are. We're on video tonight, Raymond. You see us doing.
No, actually, I'm actually going to be helping the USA Film Festival, so I'm on my way. So y'all enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you online.
Yes, sir.
I'll see you at the movies.
Absolutely.
Okay. Good seeing you,
One
Raymond.
of our favorite humans.
Well, we love Raymond. Everybody loves Raymond. That's how they got that show.
That's copyrighted. I don't know if we can say that. Copyrights via.
I like Raymond.
I think that was one of Letterman's things. I think that was a.
Don't know.
I think it was a. What was the name of it? Worldwide Pants was the name of his production company. But we're gonna go over some things real quick while we are waiting for our first guest, which will be here in about 20 minutes. So we'll go into some TV news. Like we did all the sports and we did the pro wrestling last night.
Okay.
So make sure you check that out. I did make sure that it did download to my phone, so everything is well. Shout out Jumpcast. Go check out Jumpcast if you're looking to have a podcast there.
I know it's late. Guess for America's favorite game show's 140.
You still would have been low.
Okay.
ABC has renewed The Rookie for season 7, the Nathan Fillion cop show.
We watched like one episode, well, a couple episodes at the beginning. Wasn't that great?
My wife really liked it for a while.
And like we like 911 stuff like that, but it's just not one that we tried, but it's kind of is what it is.
Apple TV is renewing. Remind me, are you guys watching For All Mankind?
No, we don't have
This
Apple.
is a series that basically it's kind of an alternate universe kind of a thing
No, we don't.
of what if the Russians got to the moon before we did.
Okay.
That's the premise of it. It has been renewed for season 5.
Okay.
They are also going to be doing a spin-off telling the events from the Soviets' point of view.
Okay, of the space race.
Correct. So I think I'm a little fascinated by it, but we'll have to see how it goes.
But is it with the alternate or actually their
No,
side?
it's still in that timeline.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because in that timeline, they got there before we did.
Okay.
So we just have to, now we want to look at it for the other side.
Okay.
CBS, to my wife's delight, has renewed Ghosts for season 4.
Oh, I saw an episode today. I'm caught up.
My wife loves that show. She'll be excited to know that.
There was an English version that originally came from kind of like The Office.
The British, yeah, because they
Yeah.
showed it during the strike.
Yeah. I didn't like the British one too well, but I like this one.
That'll wake you up in the morning, won't it?
Okay. I'm surprised you're okay.
Alex did say you had the same guess he had yesterday. I'm doing this.
Okay.
I'm doing this.
Again, riveting.
Elsbeth, which is a new kind of a mystery kind of a thing that they're doing. They've renewed that for a second season. I'll tell you, this SWAT reboot will not go away.
The SWAT reboot.
Remember, they rebooted SWAT a few
Yeah,
years ago, and then it got canceled, and then the fans went nuts, and then they brought it back. And it's been renewed again now for season 8.
Okay. I think I watched 1 or 2 episodes.
I saw the movie that they did with LL Cool J. I watched the original when I was a kid.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had Colin Farrell and Samuel L. Jackson.
Where's
and,
my phone?
I don't know. Let me.
Will you check the booth for my phone?
Okay.
Because I'm kind of freaking
I'll
out
be
a little
back.
bit right now. I mean, it's here somewhere because I'm still getting connected to my watch.
Actually,
So-
I'll dial your phone.
Well, no, don't dial my phone because then it's going to ring. Fair enough. But in big news this week, it's in there somewhere. There we go. Perfect. Oh, wow. I didn't even turn the light off. See, look at lights. CBS has said after 15 seasons, come December, they are canceling The Talk, their panel talk show with Jerry O'Connell's in that thing.
Never watched it. Never.
Yeah,
even
it was
heard of
like their version of the one with Whoopi Goldberg in them.
Okay.
It's like their version.
Their version of The View.
The View, yes.
Okay.
Their version of it.
Oh yeah, I think I heard of it, but okay, that was CBS.
And
Okay.
were you a fan of Cold Case back in the day, Don?
With the blonde lady, the blonde detective?
Yep.
Yeah, I watched it for a couple seasons.
They're looking to reboot it.
Okay. Well, will the same actress be in there? That's
They have not made any casting announcements
Okay.
yet. Oh, hey, looking at we got somebody from Twitch saying hello.
Hey,
Twitch BTW1. Thank you for tuning in. We
BTW1.
appreciate that. That's what it says. That's why you might have never seen me with a screen right here before. It's because I don't know why my camera's freaking out like it is. My laptop is over there because that's where the camera is. I put another over here so I could keep an eye on the chat room because this is the first time we have done this on video by ourselves.
Okay.
We used to have somebody back there doing the thing that would tell us what we need to know, but we
That's
don't have
disgusting.
that. So we've had to be a little bit inventive. We got some brand new wireless mics we're using. These are brand new, Don. This is the
Spanking
first time we've used them. I am product testing these for a company called Phoenix Pro. So far, so good. I love it.
Okay.
Sounds good. Let's keep going. ESPN. This is a big thing. I'm very excited about this. They're doing a 30 for 30 just about Stuart Scott.
Stuart Scott.
Stuart Scott was the guy that he was a Sports Center host. He passed away a few years ago. He was the booyah. He was the
Okay.
guy that started that whole thing.
The booyah. Okay.
The whole like putting pop culture references into sports highlights.
Okay.
It was him and Dan Patrick worked together.
Okay.
And then him and Rich Eisen
Okay,
as
yeah,
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and Rich Eisen first. Dan Patrick came later. But they are doing a 30 for 30 on him. He was
So
huge.
when they did like the anchor man, they had the guy that does whammy, whammy, whammy. That's where they got from that.
pretty
guy.
much
Okay,
because
yeah.
he started that in the mid 90s.
Okay.
One of my I always remember. I should probably put my glasses on so I can read the screen. I always remember one of the first things I ever heard from him. It was during a baseball highlight. And a guy just jacked one into next week. And as soon as he said it, Stuart Scott said, "Yeah, the drama get wicked." And I was like, whoa, Public Enemy reference on ESPN. What's happening? Another one of my favorite ones he did, the Bulls, I want to say 97, 98, somewhere there, had one of the best defenses in the league. And he said that the Bulls defense was stingier than the only 7-year-old on the block with ice cream. And I was like, I can't not love this guy.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that 30 for 30. NBC saying that Law and Order Organized Crime may move to Peacock. They may move it off the proper and put it on the streaming.
Now is like regular Law and Order on Peacock that you know of?
All of them are.
Yeah, I never.
But
that's-
they're also airing on NBC proper.
I never got into the Law and Order shows.
I was a Law and Order junkie for years. I bailed probably about 6-7 years ago.
Okay.
They did a storyline, and I was like, if they do this, I'm out.
Okay.
And then they swerved and didn't do it. So I was like, all right, you got me for another week. Then the next week they did it, and I said, I'm done.
Yeah, what about like the SVU?
It was SVU that did it.
Okay.
I have not watched any form of Law and Order since.
Okay.
And there's even a real life version on Netflix right now that Dick Wolf is producing with real New York detectives.
Oh, really?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That one I'm game on. I love those.
Alex brings up another great. Stuart Scott's the guy that coined the phrase "cooler than the other side of the pillow." I love Stuart Scott, and I'm here for it. Netflix, big news from Netflix, Don.
WWE.
Well, that's in January.
Okay.
But kind of.
Okay.
You're on the right track. Can you make that? Can you fix that one so it's ready for our guests?
Oh, okay, sure.
Remember how angry I was because I was trying to get caught up on Heels?
Yeah.
And I was an episode and a half away. You may want to.
Oh, I got.
And Stars pulled it. Oh, be careful.
Hang tight.
I think go the other way. You're loosening it, Don. And then Stars pulled it off the thing, so I didn't get to finish it.
Oh, you didn't see the end of it.
Heels will be now on Netflix, so I can finish season 2. I'm very excited about this.
So they're not having season 3, though.
Rumors abound that they're still looking for a new home for season 3. We have not gotten any confirmation yet, but they are still hopeful for season 3. Good. Now, with Stephen Amell doing this Suits spinoff, Suits LA, that can get things kind of weird, and it may have to be like a summertime show, maybe. As long as I get Heels back, I'm good, because that show is fantastic.
Here's the thing about that. The last season, spoiler-free, they ended it great.
That's what everybody's told me. Like the end of season 2 is just mind-blowing, and I'm like, don't tell me I don't want to know.
But they left it so there'd be a season 3.
Because they thought there would be.
Yeah. It's just like Deadwood. How Deadwood got ended, thinking there'll be another season, and it never happened.
Deadwood, the genius.
Yeah.
God, I love that show.
Yeah, I missed that show, too. Oh, Schillinger.
Ian McShane is the man.
I should start talking like Schillinger on the show.
Season 2 of Wednesday coming to Netflix.
Oh, the Addams Family?
And Steve Buscemi is joining that show. He's playing the principal of her high school.
Okay. Maybe because of it, he could put a
No, they've already said he's playing the principal of the high school. I do the research, Don. That's why I have a run sheet. And season 5 of The Witcher will be its last.
I never got into that one.
It's based on a video game.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill played the title character, and then they've pivoted.
Okay.
So we'll see how that works. Paramount Plus has renewed one of my favorite shows on Paramount Plus right now. Star Trek Strange New Worlds has been renewed for season 4, even before season 3 starts. I love Strange New Worlds. It's basically a prequel to the original series.
You said which one? Star
Trek Strange New Worlds is what it's called. Right. I am a huge fan of the show. Anson Elgort, I think, is the guy that plays Captain Pike. He's fantastic. Rebecca Romaine Stamos, or Rebecca Romaine, now she's O'Connell. She's in this. They did a really cool crossover episode with their animated series. And towards the end of that episode, Jerry O'Connell is one of the voices. And he referred to her character. She's like, man, she's really hot. I'm like, yeah, you're married to her, dude. But Star Trek Lower Decks could end after its next season, season 5, but there are rumors that it may move to either Amazon or Netflix. That's one of their animated series, because there's 2. There's Lower Decks and there's Prodigy.
Okay.
And then the live action Discovery, this is its last season, and then you have Strange New Worlds. A lot of Star Trek.
I know.
A lot of Star Trek.
I mean, how many days would it take you to watch all the Star Trek shows from the original 60s all the way?
If I was to watch from TOS until now,
gosh. I mean, if you're watching,
it would take you probably a solid 6 months to get through everything. And that's if you just didn't do anything else.
I know.
Because you look at how long Next Generation and Deep Space Nine alone ran. And Deep Space Nine is still my favorite. But they also have the show Evil. They're on the Paramount Plus. Season 4 of that will be its final season as well.
You know the premise of that?
Basically supernatural investigators.
Okay.
But it's a little darker than the X-Files, I guess. TV on DVD and Blu-ray this coming week, season 3 of The Umbrella Academy, as we prepare for season 4. That will be coming out.
And when does that one come out on for? You know,
I haven't heard a date yet.
Okay.
But we do have some very interesting news for me. Next week, we get the return of one of my favorite shows on Apple TV Plus, the Big Door Prize. I thought that wasn't going to be till May, but it comes back next week.
Okay.
So I'm very excited about that. Did you hear about the thing Sunday night with the Billy Joel concert?
No.
So CBS was showing Billy Joel's 100th show at Madison Square Garden.
It was on last Sunday, if I remember.
Apparently, halfway through Piano Man, they cut to local news. People lost their mind. Alex has a couple things. It's Liam Hemsworth that replaced Henry Cavill, and Star Trek, there are over 840 hours of programming. So you figure if you watched it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, that would take you 10 days, 240. It would take you over a month if you just went all day, every day, and didn't sleep.
840, right? Divided by 24.
35
days.
Yeah, a little over a month.
35.
So you
days
figure
straight.
you're if you sleep 8 hours a night, so that gives you 16. So you only get 2/3 of the way through that. So now you're talking 2 months, and that's if you did nothing else but wake up, watch Star Trek, and go to bed. Okay. Which I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. That's isn't that an American dream? So they're re-airing the concert tonight in its entirety.
Yeah, because I think what happened, there was a delay on CBS because of the Masters.
Oh, I'm sure.
And the Masters then made everything start like 20 minutes late or 30 minutes late. And I think maybe that's where the...
But you still got, if you are going with a live feed, you have to keep an eye on it.
I know, but maybe there was some local stations that didn't, hey, it's time to go, not knowing that they're cutting out, And so, yeah, it was still...
I don't think it was the local feed.
Who
I
knows?
think it was CBS that was just like, okay, go to news now. And they're like, hey, wait a minute. Hold on.
Yeah.
Y'all come on by. It's okay. Pedestrians are fine.
We don't
good.
bite. We
We're
don't
good.
bite.
You have the right of way. We are live right now at the Angelika Film Centre at Mockingbird Station. My camera is still freaking out a little bit.
You need to adjust
At the I don't know what's going on. At the USA Film Festival, having a blast. We're going to have some filmmakers on here in just a few minutes. Looks like we're getting a Chris Farley biopic that's going to be directed by Josh Gad. Paul Walter Hauser will play him. What do you think of that?
I'd like to see that. Now, is this a film, TV film, or what? Or is it?
It's going to be a feature, from what I'm told.
So basically, it's going to be a big studio film.
I read the book that his brother wrote.
Okay.
About the biography his brother wrote on him. Very, very good. It's a great book if you haven't checked it out. There's a lot about him I didn't know. Some of the things kind of made me sad because some of the things that I loved about that he did were things that he wasn't particularly proud of. And that kind of made me sad, but it's a great book.
Yeah. Do you think he is proud of the Chippendale thing or not?
That's one of the things that he was least proud of.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. That part of the book kind of broke my heart a little bit. Not going to lie. Alex says over 40 days. Yeah. Let's see here. Glenn Powell. He was one of the guys in Top Gun Maverick.
Okay.
He is going to star in a new version of The Running Man. Not the dance.
This is a feature film, right?
Yes.
Off the Stephen King book, the Schwarzenegger remake.
Mhm.
Okay.
And it's going to be Edgar Wright will be directing. So I'm going to be interested to see how that goes. But they said it's going to take some liberties. Yay. Just tell the story, bro. Just tell the story. That's all I'm saying.
And you know how much I love remakes.
Have you ever heard of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle story called The Last Ronin?
No.
This takes place, I think, 20 years in the future or so, when the grandson of Shredder has basically taken out everybody.
You mean the evil?
Yep.
Okay.
Except for one turtle. And it's Leonardo.
Okay.
And Paramount wants to do an R-rated adaptation of it. This is a very popular storyline. And it's called TMNT The Last Ronin. And I am on board if it's done right. Because that last one I know, and I know it was like the claymation kind of thing. I liked that the Mutant Mayhem. I very much enjoyed that.
This would be a live action, they're saying?
They haven't said officially if it's going to be live action or animated. I'm kind of good either way, as long as the tone of the animation works. Does that make sense? Jeremy Allen White, who he was a guy from The Bear. He was also in The Iron Claw.
Okay.
Played Carrie.
Mhm. I met at the thing there.
Yeah, he was
At the
there.
World premiere.
He
Nice guy.
is doing a movie called Deliver Me from Nowhere, where he will be playing Bruce Springsteen as the boss was writing the Nebraska album, which is seen as a darker album from his career. I am very interested in this.
I'm game.
I still think he was a little short for his role in the Iron Claw, but he still did a great job. And the Bear is just winning every award on the planet. We know we have Sonic the Hedgehog 3 coming soon.
That's a live action.
Just like the other. Well,
Okay.
CGI live action
yeah,
hybrid. Shadow, which is he's the darker color with the red. He will be voiced by one Keanu Reeves. Whoa, gotta go fast, bro.
No, will you have the John Wick, or do you think you'll have the Bill and Ted?
It'll be probably just Keanu being Keanu because he can do whatever he wants. Okay. That dude can do whatever he wants.
I'd like to see him doing the Bill and Ted kind of thing, though.
Alex says your last live action Leonardo was one Alan Richson, who we saw earlier this week in a movie we'll talk about here in a minute.
Okay.
You know we're getting a Naked Gun reboot.
Are we?
Starring Liam Neeson's.
Liam
Neeson is your new Frank Drebin.
Oh, God.
We also now know who will be playing the Pamela Anderson role.
Pamela Anderson wasn't even in it.
She's playing the Priscilla Presley. I just screwed up the whole headline. Playing the Priscilla Presley role will be Pamela Anderson.
Okay. So who would play George Kennedy's role?
They haven't said anything else yet. It's supposed to be coming out next summer.
Okay.
Summer of 2025.
Yeah, I wonder how many, because he always had him and I always loved George Kennedy on that thing too.
I love all three of those films.
Yeah.
I own Police Squad. I don't own the films yet. I need to get those.
But that was original. I always love those. Those are one of my guilty pleasure movies I could watch.
Although we think having a queen is a silly, Enrico Palazzo. Just gosh, I love those movies. Alex and I were actually talking about it the other day. In this series where they would always act like they're doing the freeze frame, but it's not an actual freeze frame. And so the guy's pouring coffee and the coffee's overflowing out of the mug and people are jumping through windows. Gosh, I love that stuff.
Oh, this is bugging me now. Hold on.
What's going on, Don?
Squad.
What are you doing?
I'm just.
We're live right now, right?
I'm trying. Police Squad. Nicky Gun. There it is. There. Hold on.
What?
Bear with me.
I kind of can't.
Captain Ed.
Okay.
That was George Kennedy's thing.
We also had this week the Superman reboot that James Gunn is doing. We have Ma and Pa Kent cast. Taylor Pruitt, Taylor Vince, and Neva Howell will be playing Pa and Ma respectively. Yeah. And you might want to make your plans for next weekend, Don. I think this is a Fathom Events thing. Alien will be back in theaters next Friday.
The original.
Oh,
boy. Now we got the new one coming out, too.
Yeah.
I finally saw the trailer.
What'd you think?
I'm gay. Okay, I'll say this. It's a Ridley Scott production, which gives me hope.
So you're cautiously optimistic?
Yeah, but if it's a Ridley Scott production, that makes me feel better.
Movie new releases and places you get movie new releases this week. Actually, today. I don't have my buttons, so I don't have the things. Okay. But a movie you reviewed, which is currently located at www.theclubhousepodcast.com.
That's our website.
Ba-ding.
Ding.
Abigail hits theaters today.
What's that about?
Never
heard of it.
I know you saw it. You reviewed it. You're the only one of us that did. I did not know that this was loosely based on the movie from the 30s, Dracula's Daughter.
I had no idea.
Yeah,
on that.
I found that out the other day doing my research.
Okay.
Also, a movie that all three of us have reviewed currently at the website, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. This is the new one from Guy Ritchie. I love this movie.
And we have all three reviews at www.theclubhousepodcast.com.
That is still our website.
Ding.
But yeah, I don't want to ruin much for anybody, but this is the most un-Guy Ritchie movie I've ever seen. And that's not a bad thing. I love Guy Ritchie, but he really kind of takes a different approach in this film. It's a solid 2 hours. It hits the gas pedal and doesn't let go.
I will say this about Abigail. I really enjoyed it. And I love the plot of it till kind of the very end, but it was kind of a mix of Suicide Kings meets Blade.
Mm-hmm. You said that in your review.
Yeah. Of course, know what you're getting into when you go into the film. But still, for me, if you could handle a good horror film, you want a lot of fun with some fun gore. I did enjoy it. Will make my top 10 of the year? No, but it definitely won't make my bottom 10 either. So
Also this week, a movie called Villains Incorporated. After the death of their boss, Beatrix, Kane and Harold are left destitute, living in an abandoned grocery store. Beatrix is determined that they will fight on their own and take over the world by any means necessary. This has Colin Mockery, who you might remember from Whose Line Is It Anyway? Joe Beretta, who I know from many years ago as an online guy, so it's good to see him getting some big work. Those are really the only names I recognize from this. Also, a movie called The Night of the Harvest. So let me pull that up for you. Dun, 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 dun. This has Ella Bennett and Christy Mackey. Aubrey and her friends go geocaching in the woods behind an old cornfield where they're trapped and hunted by a masked woman in white. And that won't end well.
No.
Then we also have Wildfire, The Legend of the Cherokee Ghost Horse. This is based on the song from the 70s. And they're calling Wildfire.
Okay.
Based on that. Movies on DVD and Blu-ray this week. The Beekeeper, Don.
loved it.
Oh,
That was fun.
I'm going to go with no. That's a hard pass for me.
For me, it was fun. It was
The
innovative.
35th anniversary of Steel Magnolias. If you can believe that.
That's that long ago.
Yeah.
And some of these films, you just figure you always been watching it, but now you realize when they're made, it's like, yeah, that's 30 years ago. You know?
Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 2. I got to get caught up on that. And the Criterion Collection releases I Am Cuba this week.
I am what?
It's a film called I Am Cuba,
Okay.
like the island.
Okay.
So a lot going on in pop culture. Of course, our normal show every Thursday night, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. I had to do math. I don't know why. We've been doing the show for like 4 months on it. I can never remember. Alex will be back with us, I'm sure, next week. Also, next week is another film festival. We got to get some wheels on for that.
Yep.
And we also want to make sure, everybody's coming down to the Angelika tonight for all the great films that'll be starting here in just a little while. This weekend is also Dallas Comic Show up at the Vista Mall up in Louisville. I will be there tomorrow, hosting some Q&A panels with some amazing guests. I'm very much looking forward to it. Also hosting the cosplay contest at 5 o'clock tomorrow night. Will be at the Texas. They will be at the Texas Theater. I will not, but they're showing Mean Streets with David Proval, who's one of the guests.
Okay.
He's in it. And then Sunday night, at 5:30, at the Texas Theater, they're showing Toy Story 3 with John Morris, who was the voice of Andy.
Okay.
Here's a trivia for you, Don.
Okay. Trivia.
I've been hosting Q&As now for it'll be 2 years next month.
Okay.
He was part of the very first Q&A I hosted at a comic show.
Really?
Yep.
How was he?
It was great. It's
Okay.
great. I'm looking forward to speaking with him tomorrow because
Okay.
I don't think he knows that. So I'll throw a little trivia on him.
Hey, by the way, you were my first.
Yeah.
First Q&A.
I'm going to throw it out there.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
I ain't scared.
1 second.
Okay. Don is now leaving me alone yet again. And that's okay. But also remember, we cover sports, we cover entertainment, we cover pop culture, we also cover pro wrestling. We did that last night. Alex and I had a great discussion of some things going on in our sport currently. A lot going on. Don, what you got? What's going on?
Oh, just checking on the
Yeah, we're waiting on our first filmmaker.
I'm just trying to get them set up and ready to go. You know what I'm saying?
We got a schedule and they're going to keep us to it.
I know. I'm just gonna see if.
I know.
It's my job to make sure.
I know. This is a little bit different for you.
I know.
And that's okay. As soon as I learn to spell, I think we'll be okay. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. But we're going to have 3 different filmmakers joining us tonight. We're going to have one of our panels. We don't have enough. We have barely enough microphones for.
Well, we might have to have a chair, whatever. I'll get another chair over in case,
We've got one filmmaker, and then we got 3 people, and then we got 1.
Yeah.
This is also the first time we've been given. Usually, you're out there running around like a chicken with his head cut off.
Yeah.
Tonight, you don't have to do that, which is good
weird.
for me because I've got somebody to sit in here and talk to. I mean, I love our chat room. I love the Empire, but having somebody here live is a good thing too.
Yeah, until the town comes and you turn into the Rob, the Q&A guy for the.
Ooh, the solo adventure is never a good thing.
I know that, but yeah, here they come. I see them.
We have.
I'm gonna be right back.
We have people approaching.
Yeah.
We have people approaching. There are
Yeah.
people approaching.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
All righty then. A lot going on with the USA Film Festival. Make sure you go to their website so you can find the entire schedule. A lot of movies. Last night they watched Footloose. If you can believe that film having an anniversary. I don't know why Don did that. We have a schedule to keep, but hey, what are we going to do? I'm still here by myself. And then we've got other things that are coming up. Coming up next month, we will have the Real Owl Film Festival, which we do every year. We go to Garland High School and work with their film department. I did see Patty Schubert just a little while ago while I was getting everything set up. So they're ready for us to come out and do the deal for them again this year. Very, very excited about that. Hi. I don't know what's going on right now, and that's okay. Wouldn't be the first time. Alex just put up the website for it, www.usafilmfestival.com. Go there. Thank you, Alex. And check out their schedule for this entire, probably 9 days, I guess. Howdy.
Hey, Marcos.
Marcos, we've got you scheduled right now.
Right now.
All right. We got 3 of you. We got 3 of you coming?
I think it might just be me and Steven. 11 will get here. 11 will get here eventually.
All right. So you're going to want to get right up on these mics as we talk.
Okay. Can I turn this
So
down?
this is
Yeah, Don, can you turn number 2 down a little bit for me, please? Perfect. How's that?
That's good.
Better for you?
Yeah. Thank you. Hey, Rob.
Hi. Go ahead. We've got video running live. We are streaming live right now. Introduce yourselves to everybody, please.
Where's the camera? Where were the
Right, that little dot up in the corner.
Because I'm looking at me right there.
Yeah, I keep doing the same thing.
My name's Marcos Efron. I am
Get right up on that second.
There we go. Hey,
There we go.
I'm Marcos Efron. I'm the writer and director of Last Night on Earth.
Don, turn up number 2 just a little bit for me. Number 2 on the board. Just a little bit. And go ahead, sir.
and I'm Stephen Israel. I'm one of the producers of the film.
So as I was doing my reading, preparing for our conversation tonight, just because it's called Last Night on Earth, there's layers to this.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how deep you want to go. It is tonight right here at the Angelika. It's going to start at 7 o'clock.
Yes.
But I want you guys to tell, because I did my reading, but I don't want to give anything away. So I want you guys to talk about, like, what is the film?
Well, the film, which I should say the original title was not Last Night on Earth, but
Okay.
we don't have to say what it was before. It's gone through some title changes.
All right.
However, I credit our distributor for helping us come up with a very good title. The film is sort of this, I guess it's like this existential question of what do you do when you know that your time is limited? When you know sort of the time and place of your demise, how do you approach things? And so ultimately it's about two people who have chosen to spend sort of these last few moments together in peace and bliss and love. But the world doesn't sort of conspire to help them do that.
How long ago did you shoot it?
We shot the film about 2 years ago. Post-production took a while, and then we had strikes, and it was a very tumultuous time in Hollywood. So yeah, we shot it, I mean, during pandemic, or yeah.
I just lost my train of thought. I am so sorry. How many times have you seen it since the final product has happened?
Well, obviously we were very involved and obviously involved in the editing of it,
Right.
putting it together, but the actual final film,
The final mix down.
seeing it, I've probably seen it 5 times and probably 3 times in a theater.
As the director of the film,
Yes.
when you watch it, is it hard to take off your director hat and just like, I'm going to watch the movie, I'm going to try not to look for stuff, I just want to see the film? Is it hard for you to do that, or can you separate from that?
No, impossible. And I think Stephen, who's one of our producers who helped get the movie off the ground, can tell you that that you're always looking and finding the scars and the bumps. And there are things that I notice that I know that nobody on this planet will notice, but I do. Although at some point, I can't just sit back and enjoy the movie as much as I possibly can.
I made my first movie 30 years ago, and I know exactly which scenes are ADR'd. And
But from that standpoint, because that's a very interesting point, is you say, like, I know which part was ADR'd and not. And for those that don't know, ADR is when they have to go back and re-record dialogue for a number of reasons. Maybe you had a plane fly overhead, or you didn't quite get the cadence just right, or whatever.
Sometimes it can be a story point. Like you need to fix a story point with dialogue that you put in an ADR. And
Don, can you hear him okay? Can you hear number 4 okay? Okay. But for you as a producer, because to say somebody's a producer, it's such a long list of things. and Marcus just said you were, if I might call you Marcus, I'm sorry, I forgot to ask. He said you were in on the ground level.
Yeah.
How much of it do you let your director run?
All of it.
All of it?
Good answer.
He's like, I just need the ROI. That's what I'm worried about.
No. Like a producer's role is not to direct the film. I mean, like the producer's role is to enable the director. Mm-hmm. And I think, occasionally I'll have a suggestion and so forth, but I'm very protective of the director's prerogative.
Were you on set a lot, or did you just kind of like, hey, just send me dailies? How did that work for you?
I was on set from day one to the last, So.
How long was the shoot?
I believe we were scheduled for about 20 days, but we lost a day to rain, very bad rain. And so going back to your question about what are the sort of the Band-Aids you see, there are a couple of scenes in the film, I will not say which ones, that were supposed to have been done over the course of 2 days, but these scenes collectively were done in 1 day. And, as a storyteller, I feel like, oh man, I wish I had covered it a little better. Wish I had this angle, that angle, but you just didn't. And no one will know, but I know.
How many times has the film been shown publicly? You said you've seen it 5 times. How many times has it been shown publicly?
I think
this is the world premiere.
Oh, is it really?
Premiere.
See, they don't give me that stuff.
Yeah. We had a screening about a year or so ago in Knoxville, Tennessee, where we shot the movie, and that was kind of a cast and crew, friends and family screening. And then we did a screening for the students of the University of Georgia in the film composing program.
Oh, wow.
Because our incredible composer, Tom Heil, teaches at the University of Georgia, and he arranged a screening for some of the students. Those are the only 2 quasi-public screenings we've had. This is it.
So this is room full of strangers for the first time, pretty much.
A few friends that I've managed to wrangle from parts of Texas unknown, but yeah.
In a situation like this, like, what's going through your head? Like, are you like, okay, the beats I've got to look for this, and this, or it's like, you know what, we're going to go and we're going to do the thing, and it's going to be the thing?
Honestly, I just hope people like it. I mean, it's simple as that. I mean, as anybody who makes a film, writes a book, does anything artistic that sort of comes from you hope that people like it and people don't, crap all over it. But
I can't remember who said it, but no work of art is ever completed. It's just abandoned. There's always more you could have done, and so at some point you just have to stop and hopefully at the right place, because you can screw it up by going too much further.
What attracted you to the project as a producer?
The script. Marcus wrote a kick-ass script, and I read it, and I was sold the minute I read it. So,
did it translate well from what you saw in your head to what wound up on the screen?
Very much so. Yeah.
Because that's always a challenge, especially as a filmmaker. Is I see in my head when I read this script. Was there any added pressure to that, or were you just like, no, we're just going to film what I see, and it's going to be what it's going to be?
I mean, there's an old adage that we say, if it's not on the page, it's not on the stage. So you can take a good script and make a bad movie, but you can't take a bad script and make a good movie out of it. So we believed in the script, and as long as I believed in it, and Steven and Brian Conley, who was our lead producer, who really was the engine that got the movie made, and we shot it in his hometown of Knoxville, Tennessee. And same as Steven, that's what drew him to the project. Is if we stayed true to the script, we knew that we were going to have a good movie. And that's what we tried to do. And of course, you have to sort of dance around when things change and the weather, puts up obstacles, or you don't get the thing in the art department that you wanted. You have to shift a little. But yeah, if you can write it well and you shoot what's on the page, you should be in good shape.
As a filmmaker, who inspires you?
Oh, well, I mean, look, I could throw down the litany of film directors who have inspired me, but it's not just directors. I mean, it's all kinds of artists and writers, and as a writer, because it all starts with the script, I have to say Stephen King, who I've been reading him since I was in middle school.
You and me both.
Yeah. And, at some point you're like, okay, the scary stuff is fun, but then you get past a lot of his books that are really not horror books. And what it comes down to is the characters. And he writes characters better than almost anybody that I can think of. And people look at me sometimes like, what are you talking about? Stephen King is a horror guy. No, he's an incredible storyteller. So somebody like him is very inspiring. And then, of course, you've got the sort of pantheon, the gods of directors.
Well, I don't know if you saw, but Blumhouse is remaking Christine.
I don't know if I read that. But
that to me, that was the movie of his that I thought was closest to the source material of what I'd read of his.
Yeah.
Although I'm still waiting on the Eyes of the Dragon. This was supposed to happen. It's one of my favorites.
I'd be curious to see Christine,
because I thought the film he did in the 80s I thought was great.
Yeah.
From your standpoint, when you need to be inspired from just when you're reading a script or you need to reread it, is there anything that you go to that kind of helps you reset your brain?
No, I just have to visualize the material. Like like if I can't visualize the film when I read the script, I'm sort of done. If I visualize it,
Get right up on that thing if you would.
If I visualize it, then I can get behind it. If I can't visualize it, to me there's a problem with the script.
Is it a one and done process, or have there been times where you're like, let me give this another go? I think I might find something, but I'm not for sure.
No, I'm pretty much a one and done.
So you just trust your gut and we go, which is not always a bad idea.
I mean, look, not everything I've wanted to make gets made, for God's sake. I mean,
Well, that's true, but there's a process.
I've got a pretty good record, but no, not everything. Like, and I've got that script that I've been working on for 10 years, and one day it'll become the Forrest Gump or whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of things fall by the wayside over the years. But I'm one of the busier guys, so I'm lucky.
The film itself, if you were to say to somebody in one sentence, without spoiling, of course, the message of this film, what would it be? Because you mentioned it earlier, but I wasn't sure if you would dive deep enough.
I would say appreciate what you have now.
Okay, that's fair. And it starts here in about 10 minutes. I'm sure you guys will be introing the film, Q&A after the film.
Yes.
Whatever they tell us to do.
I always find that's the best way to do things. And I know we're getting very close to time.
I just want to take one moment to say I love this film festival. Like
oh, this is awesome.
And Anne has been such a great host over. I think I had my first film here in 2004.
Oh wow!
And she's always been the consummate hostess. And this film festival is filled with film lovers. And I have such a good time when I'm here, and I'm so glad to be back.
And it's a
again.
great mix of like older films and the brand. Like last night, they watched Footloose.
Amazing.
There's only one. Let's be real. Only one Footloose.
Obviously. Well, I was stoked to see, and sadly I don't think I'll be able to see it, but they're showing Badlands. And Terrence Malick is just one of he's in the pantheon of just great filmmakers. And I'm actually making a movie later this year that has some connections thematically to Badlands. So I was super excited to see that they're showing that movie here.
We're getting close to time because we got to keep you guys on schedule. I always like to, at the end when we have our guests, like what I call shameless self-promotion. So, which is basically the whole thing anyway, but still, after tonight, people want to get in touch with you. Websites, social media, the whole nine. Go.
MarcosEfron.com or
MarcusEfron.
I'm going to correct you there. It's
Okay, please do.
Marcos.
All right, I am fixing that on my sheet right now. I apologize.
M-A-R-
Marcos Efron.
Yes,
Okay.
all the links to social media are there. Sure, send a message. The good, the bad, the ugly. I can handle it.
I'm in hiding.
Well, not right now. You're streaming to the world, my friend.
He's in witness protection.
I thought this was sound only. No. You can check out my IMDb page, Stephen Israel, and that's where you can find everything. But also in
Yes, sir.
shameless self-promotion.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow night at the same time, I think 7:00, Studio One Forever is also playing. That's a documentary
Oh, yes.
about the world's first gay disco.
I did read about that. So that's also, everything's here at the Angelika,
Everything's here at the end.
which is a great facility if you want to come. We do screenings here all the time. We love the staff here.
Yeah.
Everybody does a fantastic job.
But if we're also playing, Marcos
Sure,
and I have just
please.
produced a movie together.
Okay.
Which we just got wrapped 3 days ago.
I think so, yeah.
In Guadalajara. It's called Day of the Dead. It's a straight up horror thriller that'll be like look for us this time next year.
Yeah, and I'll say that the producer and the co-director of that film is Brian Conley, who is the producer of our film Last Night on Earth. So we sort of kept it in the family a little bit. And I got to throw out one more shout
Please
out
do.
to the guy who really got this thing started, a producer, director, fantastic guy named Eric Bross. He was the one who, over cigars and whiskey one night during COVID, when I was lamenting the fact that the industry had gone to shit, he was like, let me see if I can help you. And he was the one who got this all started. So that's Eric. Thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you, Eric.
I know. I mean, I don't have to wish you guys luck because you guys are going to kill it tonight. But we cannot thank you enough for sitting down with us at the USA Film Festival. And I'm holding you to this. If you're back next year, you're in these chairs too.
Done.
As long as we're here. I mean, if
Done.
we're not here, I can't control that. However, you guys bring back Day of the Dead. We want to be here for you as well.
Done.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for sitting down with us. So appreciate it.
There's our lead actress. If you got another minute.
If she wants to sit down, I'm here for it.
Yeah, grab her. What's her name?
Levin. We can give you. I'm on your time schedule. Not the other way around.
I'm giving up my spot because no one wants to hear from the goddamn.
I mean, we have the lead of our film has just walked into the lead has arrived.
The lead has arrived.
The lead has arrived.
Okay.
Bring her to me.
Thank you guys. We really appreciate.
We are honored to have you guys. This is one of my favorite things to do. Get out of the studio, be out in amongst the people, and hanging out.
I'm not kidding when I say this is one of my absolute favorite film festivals.
Oh no, we'll take it. We'll take it all day long. Here she is.
I'm gonna give up my spot.
Oh, am I putting this on my
It'll be quick.
Okay. Hi.
You can wrap it around the back if you want. However you want to do it.
All right, I'm cool. Good.
All right, introduce yourselves to our people.
Oh, am I on camera too? Okay.
Yes,
Hi,
ma'am.
I'm Levin Rambin. Yes. Hi, actress. Hi.
Part of
Last Night on Earth.
Not just actress, the lead of our
Lead
film.
star.
she's in the
Star.
picture and the guide and everything.
Oh, yes.
She is the movie.
How you feeling right now? Getting
Feeling
ready for the
great.
premiere.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I haven't seen a lick of footage.
Really?
No, not one. So
You saw it 5 times. You haven't watched it once?
only 5? That's surprising.
Well, that's like
Complete.
the final.
okay.
complete
Yeah,
picture
not
and
a thing.
everything.
Not a thing. So I will be surprised, just like everyone else in the audience.
Pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Butterflies, anything? Or are you just
Oh,
like, hey
yeah.
man, let's go do a thing?
No. This is. It's been a while. COVID was really weird. I didn't have a premiere for my last movie, so it's been a few years, and it is all the butterflies. And my parents are here,
Nice.
and my aunt and uncle. So it's a family affair. I'm from Texas, so we all had to come
Whereabouts?
through. Houston. I
Okay,
live
so
in
you're-
Austin now.
So this you kind of used to.
It feels like home. Yeah, a little more than the Chinese theater
The,
did
uh,
in LA.
The humidity has kicked in.
But
We're
it's
in a-
still kind of nicely spring. I'm kind
Yeah.
of surprised. I'm
That's
wearing a
nice.
nice suit. We will look very similar tonight. Like, I'm not uncomfortable, so I'm happy.
I just again lost my train of thought. It's
Oh,
it's
no
been
worries.
one of those
been
days.
one of
Well, you have two Houstonians here.
There you
Two
go.
Houstonians. I think that's how
Well,
we
that's
connected
the beauty
initially.
of this festival too, is we do get a lot of filmmakers from Texas that come to this festival.
I love it.
Is this your first time at this festival?
It is. It is. I don't think I've been to South by Southwest, but not with a film actually of my own. But yeah, this is the first time in seeing the like kind of industry in Texas. So I like that.
And the industry itself is just growing, especially in Dallas Fort Worth, is just growing like a weed.
That's awesome.
When you see things that are getting filmed here
yeah.
and things that people don't know were
There's
filmed here because
there's a
they
Netflix
pretended
show in filming in Houston right now. Mo on Netflix. I actually auditioned for it. Did not get it, unfortunately. They're lost, but
There you go.
Indeed.
But I was happy that it was filming in Houston. I thought it was really cool. And he's from Houston. It's an authentic story about a Palestinian guy in Houston. So yeah, it's growing all over Texas and Austin too, where I live now. So
Yeah, Austin's nuts right now.
yeah.
I was just in New Braunfels a couple of weekends ago.
Oh,
So
okay.
driving through Austin, and I'll be in Austin. I work with Greater Austin Comic Con. So I'll be there in
I
July
want to
with
go
that
to
show.
that. They
It's-
should invite me.
I'll see.
I've
I'll
been
make-
in enough
yeah.
things that I think
Well,
people
they're
like.
they've got Weird Al's coming this year.
Cool.
Glimmer. Come on.
Glimmer,
Ernie
my
Reyes
book is
Jr.,
coming
Marky
out.
Ramone. It's going to be a good show right there at
Well,
the HEB Center.
Yeah, let's invite me or whatever.
So-
I've never been to a Comic-Con for some reason, and so
Oh, you come to Greater Austin.
I'm down. That'd be so
I
fun.
think that's an invitation.
It sounds like it. I'll have my people call your
I
people.
mean, it's recorded,
It's
so I
recorded.
can't get out of it
invited
now.
myself. Let's be honest, and I don't mind. I don't care.
So you guys have 2 minutes to get in the theater.
Oh, we do. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
So
great.
Well,
have
thank you.
a great showing. I know you guys are going to be outstanding. I'm looking to hear if we're still here when you guys get back out. I want to hear how it went.
Oh my God. So
All right.
yeah, I'm curious about that too. So we'll
Thank
see.
you guys so much. The last
Thank
night
you.
on Earth, it's about to kick off, but it's not the only time people are going to be able to see it.
It's gonna be out.
Yeah, I believe May 31st in theaters.
Oh wow.
Theatrical
Okay.
run.
I didn't
Yeah,
And
know.
that's
theatrical.
right after the holiday. So you have your Memorial Day, and then the following weekend, go see the last night on
Last
Earth.
night on Earth.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy to do it.
All right.
Honored to do
Thank
it. You are watching the Clubhouse Podcast live from the USA Film Festival at the Angelika in Mockingbird Station, right outside of downtown Dallas. They're about to go do the thing. We've got a couple more guests, maybe one, maybe two. We don't know. We'll find out together. That's what we do. Alex been doing a great job taking all the plugs and all the websites and putting them on the thing so that you guys can check out the work of our guests. Thank you, Alex, for picking up that slack for me because I don't have a keyboard. I didn't think about that part of it. I can't think of everything, people. You can hear, people can hear. I don't know. Don, how you doing, brother?
Philman, we got more talent coming in a couple minutes.
Okay, I know. I got a schedule.
Yeah, one of the guys coming in is gonna he's gonna do the intro, then it'll come out.
Yeah, no, that's, I mean, because all of these movies are starting at the same time. So we just kind of have to kill time a little bit.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think it's interesting that in some cases, the filmmakers are like, you know what, I want to sit in here the whole time. And others like, well, I'll come back a little bit later. Because like we talked about with Marcos, he's seen the film 5 times,
Yeah.
but this is the first time in a group of strangers,
Yes.
basically. Because he's had the last 2 times they've watched it, they've been with, like in the family and friends where they filmed it in Knoxville, and then they did the University of Georgia thing where their composer teaches. So there's a level of familiarity to that. I'm actually going to take this earbud out
Okay.
because it's giving me a lot of issues.
Is it okay?
I'm going
Going solo.
headphoneless.
Oh boy,
I'm not scared.
riveting again.
I ain't scared.
This is a
I ain't
riveting.
scared.
That was Glimmer from the Hunger Games.
I'm gonna take a sip of my beverage.
That was cool though.
I mean, no free ads, but shout out to Pecos Pete's.
And Gatorade.
Actually, this isn't Pecos Pete's that's in here.
Okay.
I just happen to have this cup in the car.
What is Pecos Pete's?
When you go to Comic Cons, they are a soda company,
Okay.
which they sell these, and these are they're insulated cups, and you get these little wristbands,
Okay.
and for that whole day, your refills are free.
Oh.
I have like 4 of these things. I found out 2 weeks ago that I can just bring one of these to another show, and then I just pay $7
For
for
the
I have 4 of these things. I thought I had to buy a new one every show.
Well, now you know what to give me for my birthday.
You can have one of mine, Don.
Yes,
Trust me.
That's what I'm saying. That's saving me a few bucks.
Because these not cheap.
I'm
But
still,
great, but they do great sodas.
yeah. I'm still waiting for your
The Funko Pop, I know. It's on the agenda.
Dad, I'm still waiting for your login information for Hulu, so I don't have to.
Yeah,
buy it.
that dog don't hunt. Sorry.
Okay. Actually,
I'm gonna need you to do that on your own.
actually, for Valentine's Day, I got Funko for me and a Fantastic Faith Ford from the make your own kind
Oh,
of thing.
did you make one for both of you?
Yeah, yeah. So when you come over in a couple weeks for the thing, you'll see him on the
If I can.
if you can.
You
If
know,
you
I'm
can.
50-50 on that one. Right?
Yeah, I know, if you can. But so then I saw now they're doing we could do 2 Funkos in one.
Uh-huh.
You know, yeah, they didn't have it in Valentine's Day, else I would have done
Yeah, I
that.
saw one where a couple had one with their dog in between.
You can put dog or no, each person can get a pet if you want.
But I'm
extra.
saying this was a
Yeah.
couple that had a dog in between them. Is the one I saw.
Yeah, when you make your own.
Yeah.
I can give you like a dog for me and a rabbit for her or something like that on each. You know, they'll be on the right side.
Mhm.
So I'll probably do one of those too, where we did a couple and then But I'm trying to find one of those like hardcover cases for the 2 because I got them for ours, the single ones. So we have it on the mantle. She liked it.
Nice. Alex mentioning that our guest Levin, she was in one of my favorite shows, the Terminator: The Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Oh, was she?
Yes,
Okay.
I love that show.
She was on True Detective too.
Oh, was she really?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. She's been on a few things.
We love it when we have people sit down with us. It's one. We say it all the time on the show. We love doing live remote shows.
Yeah.
We love this. This is one of it's a little labor intensive. I'm not going to lie to you, but once we get on the air and we pull the train out of the station, here we go.
Yeah.
Now afterwards we got to tear all this stuff down.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad you're going to be here for.
Oh, yes, I am.
Because it's going to take 2 trips.
Okay.
And I only got 1 dolly.
Okay.
So I should have brought both of my dolly. I did. But like I said, we're experimenting with new tech tonight. We had one thing we were trying to do, did not work out like I wanted it to, but I think we can make some tweaks and still make that happen. Coming up next month, May 18th, it's a Saturday, we will be at Garland High School for the Real Owl Film Festival, which I am it's one of my favorite things we do every year. We get to talk to the future of film.
And of course, the great Patty Schubert's right over there.
Pat's over
Mr.
here. We gotta
Schubert.
get the logistics ironed out for that.
Exactly. But no, they're happy to see us. That kind of stuff. I just saw Mr. Schubert there too a second ago. So
Who did you see?
Mr. Schubert.
Oh, Mr. Schubert's here?
Yeah. He just walked through some second kind of way by us.
I'll have to see him when we get off the air.
And discuss the whole thing, but we'll get set up and we'll do the 18th and stuff. Good time.
As always.
And I talked to some in North Texas. We're gonna have a couple more this year, adding in to help
Good.
out. So,
Good.
like John Dotson, the one of our members there. He said he's going to make it now. So,
Awesome.
yeah. So why not help him? It's the future.
This is kind of our busy season.
Yeah.
April, May, June, kind of our busy season. And then July is going to be kind of wacky. I've got Phil's in the chat room. Hey brother, good to see you.
Hey Phil.
There's a lot going on in July too that I'll be involved in. But that's why I'm glad the shows are on Thursdays now because I've got 2 shows I got Dallas Comic Show this weekend, which I'm very much looking forward to. We've got Retro Expo coming up in July. We got Greater Austin coming up in July. I got Giganticon coming up in October. Just had Hill Country, had a blast.
There might be a
Absolute
couple
fantastic
other things coming up too, possibly.
Yeah. One thing's for sure, Don.
Yeah.
Nothing's for sure.
Taxes.
But even your taxes are never for sure.
Father,
Sometimes you get back, sometimes you don't.
Father Time being undefeated.
He's undefeated, yes. And we also know the greatest power couple of all time is Father Time and Mother Nature. We know that.
Exactly.
Is there anything? I did see that the trailer for season 3 of Welcome to Wrexham is up.
I did not see that yet.
Comes week after next, brother.
So it's about 10 days away then.
Yep.
I'm curious if I'm going to be on that show or not.
Yeah, I think you will be.
That would freak me out. Yeah.
You saw the big news the other day.
What's that?
They're moving up again.
Did they? They got
They
promoted.
got promoted for 2 years in a row, brother.
And that's one thing I love about like the English football season system. I mean, like you got the Premier League, you got the other leagues, and how Wrexham moved up from, to a level this year. Now they're moving up a section this year. The thing is that I love how teams can move up and down in the Premier League. And also,
I like it. I think we should do it in American sports.
Yeah. Just imagine if, you have a team and that would be like chaos galore. Imagine the 3 worst teams in the NFL going to the minor league to the
USFL. It's the UFL now.
UFL.
The UFL,
Yeah.
USFL and the XFL have
Yeah.
merged. Is now the UFL. I'm here for it. I've said this for years. I want this to be a thing. Now, did you see the thing about the game in Brazil?
No.
So the game they're going to be playing in Brazil this fall, we will not have a home team. The Packers would have been, but the stadium they are playing this game in is a soccer stadium, and their soccer team's color is that same green, and they don't want anybody else in that stadium wearing green. So the Packers are having to alter their uniforms.
Because they wear the way white.
I want to say they're playing the Eagles too.
Oh my gosh.
Alex says green is banned.
Well, because
So
they were
they're having to alter.
Don't they have a ugly throwback away jersey that's all white or something like that?
Yeah,
yellow?
but you also got to talk about the helmets. You know, it's the Eagles and the Packers. So both of them are going to have to change everything up.
But don't they have some kind of old throwback helmet they could use that maybe they would?
Both of them have always had green in their helmets.
Oh, I don't know. I
Think
don't know.
about that. I mean, the Packers still have the same helmets they had in the 50s.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I didn't know. Because there's such a team that's gone back so far, and you look like the Denver Broncos and how their team has always their helmet has changed throughout the years.
That's
and
not a bad thing, though.
I remember the one with the little, just the donkey that's orange, and then they had the one with the D that was blue and orange. So I mean, there's times where they kind of flip around and stuff. I mean, even the old Steeler helmets, though, too. I mean,
Phil says the Eagles versus Green Bay, and the NFL didn't realize they couldn't wear green. That is the $10,000 question. And it's like, I think a simple Google search probably would have figured that out. Maybe it's just me.
So because I'm saying, I love that they're going international.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Love it.
And people
I love that they were in Germany in week 9 last year.
But, that's how you think if the UFL does, there's so much thing with the contracts and stuff like that these teams have.
The UFL or the NFL?
NFL.
Okay.
And how they, have the stadium deals and all that stuff, and then the revenue and the TV rights, and these things are like some deals are for the next 10 years.
Uh-huh.
Do you think that maybe if you're the commissioner, you'd say we're going to work out a plan now where the bottom 3 go to the UFL and the top 3 go? Do you think that'd be possible, or would there be lawsuit galore?
Unfortunately, the way the contracts are set up, if it hasn't happened by now, because remember, we had NFL Europe.
Okay.
The World League became NFL Europe, which originally was intended to be like a minor league for the NFL, and that fell apart. I don't know that it's feasible anytime soon. It would have to take, because you're talking about livelihoods, you're talking about paychecks, you're talking about guys with contracts that wouldn't facilitate a minor league type team. So, and plus guys that have guaranteed money.
Well,
because remember what they talked about in Wrexham.
Yeah.
The lower you are, the less money you have to work with.
Yeah.
So the logistics of that, I think, would be a nightmare. I would love to see it. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a great, fantastic idea. I just think in American sports, it's not something that's feasible, especially with the way contracts have gone.
And then you got to look at that. Okay, people get season tickets and they buy suites and everything like that too.
Well, like in Dallas at the Death Star. Now, this is when they first opened it, when I toured it. Suites were on a 15-year lease. You couldn't go year by year. So you're committed for a decade and a half.
And you just imagine if Dallas got knocked down for 2 years.
This town would lose its mind, first of all.
Yeah. And then, and here's the thing is that, like, when we went to Wrexham, you know how much the tickets were for our game?
$1 million.
20 pounds.
So that's what, $10 American?
No, probably about 25, 28.
Oh, I thought it was the other way.
No, the pound's worth more than $1.
Oh, okay.
But still, $30.
Not
20,
bad.
20, 30, 25, $30 depending on
Not
which team.
bad.
Now, just imagine if you're to try to play if they moved up. Now, you try like Chelsea. Our ticket's a different story because they're in that Premier League.
Well, yeah.
And imagine then if, like, Dallas goes down, they could start charging less. They'd make them start charging less for those tickets because they're in a lower lower tier or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they'd go nuts on that but like Manchester Stadium, some of these, like, that's the thing about the Premier League. We saw the Manchester United Stadium, high dollar. It rivals Jerry.
For those of you that don't understand the high dollar of Man U, you can buy a Lego set of their stadium. That's how highfalutin Manchester United is.
I wonder if they have one for Chelsea.
I don't know.
I'll have to Google
Magic
it.
Box will tell you that.
I know.
I can tell you they just released a set that I would love to have. It's the Gotham skyline from Batman the Animated Series. Oh, it looks amazing. Very on board with it.
That's Legos.
Yeah.
It's probably what, $8,000?
More than likely. 70,000 pieces, $9,000.
I remember Legos used to be a few bucks, and now you go in the Lego store now.
Lego.
Yeah.
The plural of Lego is still Lego. It is not Legos. I learned that.
Well, technically, yeah.
And a Lego person will correct you. Trust me.
But am I known for my language ability?
You're not wrong. That's a fair point. Oh, looks like we have somebody coming.
Okay. All right, I'll get him.
No, you can stay here.
Okay.
Because I think we have a single guest. Come sit. We do not bite unless provoked.
In the middle of it, guys.
So,
Oh goodness.
Here you go.
I feel in danger.
yeah, get right on top of that thing. Tell everybody who you are, because and look at see the light up dot. That's where we're at.
Okay.
The light up dot.
Yeah, right there in the corner. We have video rolling. We're high.
I was looking at the
We're audio
I
and
was looking
video.
at the Rebel medallion.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Hi, I'm John Magaro. I'm here with Leroy, Texas.
Leroy, Texas, the mistaken identity gone horribly wrong film.
All right.
Depending on your point of view,
Yeah,
right?
depends how you feel about that kind
Tell
of
us,
stuff.
tell everybody about the film, because I did my reading up on it, and I want to hear it from your point of view.
Yeah, so Leroy, Texas is a dark comedy. It's in the vein, I mean, I'm not gonna pussyfoot around it. It's in the vein of a Coen Brothers kind of early Coen Brothers film, in the vein of Blood Simple or Fargo. But it's about a guy who's a real pushover, kind of wet blanket, whose life is falling apart. He finds out his wife is cheating on him. His high school friend tells him about this, and through a series of comedy of errors, he is mistaken for a hitman, and he goes down this rabbit hole of trying to find out who the real killer is and what's going on, and eventually coming out of his shell and being more than just a pushover.
You're also a producer on the film,
Yeah,
if I saw correctly.
that's true.
How do you separate the two?
It's hard in indie film. It's really hard. In the indie film, especially when you're working with these kinds of budgets, which really aren't that much, it's already kind of all hands on deck when you're shooting, and even before you're shooting, and even after you're shooting. So when you're there and you're also the lead, it's kind of impossible. It's like cut, and then it's like, well, what fire do I need to put out now? And then it's like action, and then you're there, and so maybe in a good way, it really keeps you out of your head as an actor, because your head is and maybe because Ray is such a chaotic character, it was okay. But I also feel like I've been doing this long enough that I felt at a place in my career where I was comfortable kind of wearing the both hats.
It's been a rough day, and now it's the third time I've lost my train of thought today.
Oh yeah.
So you said it is tough to do.
Yeah.
Which do you prefer? Do you prefer just like, let me get in front of the camera and do my thing, or do you like being more behind the scenes
I
in that action?
I like them. I like them both. Like, I don't see myself. I'm gonna, I still gotta pay my bills right now. The way I do that is
fair.
through acting, and I still really love acting. So I think that's still going to be the focus. But I think as an actor, you got to constantly be learning. You got to constantly be challenging yourself. You often see that actors also write and direct, or cobble wood, or whatever the fuck they do. They do something. Sorry, I don't swear, but whatever they do, they always find something else to do, because I think it's very important for an actor to also stimulate their mind in other capacities. So I'm glad that I found producing, because it's something that I really enjoy. It still feels creative, and I feel like in indie film, it really takes all these people to make it happen. So if I use whatever resources I've developed in my years doing this, I'm excited to make that happen.
My co-host is not here tonight. That's Don's our fact checker and
Oh,
whatever
okay.
guy.
Have
My
I been
co-
lying?
But
Don.
my co-host Alex is actually in the chat room. He's
Yeah.
watching
Okay.
remotely, and he just said that you are crazy talented, and now he's mad he's not here.
Oh,
So
sorry,
I want to
buddy.
make sure that you got your flowers on.
Thank you.
What brought you to this script? What about this script said I need to make this?
Well, like I said, it harkens back to our early Coen brothers, and now the Coen brothers are separated, if not divorced. So I keep telling myself this is a type of cinema that we don't really get to see anymore, and I see young folks coming out of film schools who now I think look at it's funny because you see like people our age and critics and stuff like that sort of brush it aside because it has those influences, but I think a lot of people forget that is like Fargo came out almost 30 years ago,
Which is mind blowing.
yeah, so this is kind of a dated style of film, and I can't name many films in the current
But it holds up.
what Fargo.
Just that, nobody does those kind of films, but those
No,
films
no,
hold up
that's what I'm
incredibly
saying.
well.
That's what I'm saying.
Which is
Those-
surprising me
these
is there's
are-
not more of it.
These are films that
Yes.
that I love, I guess because there's not enough explosions or whatever, but they hold up and they're captivating stories because they go back to that kind of hard-boiled noir pulp thing that really made Hollywood.
Oh, you're in my wheelhouse. Film noir is my jam.
And that's what they're doing. That's what this is
Mhm.
doing. So it's strange that has fallen out of fashion. So I was really excited to be able to sort of play in that world and also reintroduce it to younger folks who are just discovering cinema.
Was there a film that you saw that you can point to and say, I want to do that?
Oh.
It's a
there's
question I love to ask, especially actors.
There's a lot.
because-
There's a lot. I really struggle with those kinds of questions. Like, what's your favorite film? What inspired you? It's ever changing, and there's been so many little films along the way.
Do you remember the first one?
I mean, I want to do that. Like, I want to be an actor on film.
Yeah, like seeing a movie or a TV show, and
Yeah.
that like telling you like
it was
the
not-
heavens opened and the angels sang, and
It wasn't really film for me. It was really like local theater. I grew up in Cleveland.
Okay.
I because the idea where I grew up, outside of Cleveland, the idea of being a film actor was so alien. But I was able to see regional theater and community theater, and that seemed accessible and possible for me. So I remember seeing friends do that. That was sort of the first in. Then there were movies I loved, but it just seems so far away for me.
another one of my favorite questions asked, especially actors.
Yeah.
When you need inspiration, is there a specific film or genre or director or anything that you go to kind of get those creative juices flowing?
That's always different, especially if it depends on what I'm trying to get inspired
Okay,
for.
that's fair.
For Leroy, there was a lot of country music listening to.
Okay.
So it really depends on the film, the style of the film, the story that's being told. It's all over the map.
And I like that answer
Yeah.
because I know some people that are like, this is my go-to. All that. It's like you said, when somebody asks what's your favorite film, I'm like, I can't have
yeah,
it.
it's
Like I
really
can tell you that
hard.
I think The Godfather is the perfect film,
It's it's
but I don't know. It's not the film I've seen more times than any
Like
other
I could name
film, but-
academic films that I
Yeah.
really love and that are great, but like my favorite, that's such
Yeah,
a
it's
loaded
it is-
question.
Yeah, it's the hardest question ever because
Yeah.
do we go by era? Do we go by genre? Do we go
Even
by
then it's
performance?
hard,
Yeah,
yeah.
It's such
Or
a
like,
rabbit
who's your
hole
favorite
to follow.
actor? Because listen, every actor has some stinkers. The only one who probably doesn't have a stinker is John Cazale. Because maybe because he had
Every
a
film
short,
he did got nominated for best.
because he had a short
Picture, so-
career. I mean, the longer you're in this, the more
when
stinkers
that
you're gonna
man can
have.
make me hate a character as much as I hate Fredo, that's
I mean,
all you need to know.
he was one of the greatest.
And they
there
just did a
was.
documentary about him
a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
about how much he was loved on every set
Everyone-
he was in.
yeah.
It's like Pacino, that was Pacino's best friend.
Yeah, and they for Dare Hunter, De Niro put his his salary or something on the line for his insurance because he already had cancer. It's yeah, it shows how much he was, and it was earned because he was so brilliant.
Yeah. Like I said, The Godfather to me is the perfect film.
Yeah, it's great.
Have you ever done the epic?
Yeah, actually, you know what? How I first got introduced to it was the epic, because
Really?
I got that. So again, like I was saying, I'm growing up in Cleveland. I'm watching, big Cineplex things. I didn't really fall into cinephile, and I don't even think you can consider The Godfather. That's just popular cinema. But the first way I got into that was I went to Blockbuster and I got the epic. And
when it was on video, because
of course, because it was already.
I need this Blu-ray.
Yeah,
and it's just not out.
So I watched that, and then it wasn't until after that I went back and watched, the originals of like 1, 2.
The way 3. The epic's done, like when HBO first started their streaming service, they had it.
Oh, okay.
So it was in 1080p, and it was. We just had a bunch of people over on a Saturday and just powered through all 7 hours of it, and it just. Like, I'm one of the very few people that I like Two's wonderful. I prefer the first one. There's a lot of people that would cry blasphemy at that.
I don't think it's blasphemy. I think 2 is really, really, really great.
Yeah,
great.
It's great.
Lee Strasberg's are like so wonderful in that. Like, there's just so many. And John Cazale really shines in 2. But then it's hard to say. Maybe that's why you mix them together. I don't know, because there's really great stuff
awesome.
and all.
I love the epic.
They're both really great films. 3, obviously, we have some questions about.
Alex also talking about you playing the young Silvio in The Many Saints of Newark.
Thank you. Very
and
polarizing.
That you crushed it.
Well, some people don't think so, but thank you, Alex.
I mean, the guy knows cinema. He's my co-host. He's one of my best friends.
When we were doing that, and Sopranos, you're talking about performance, so I can cite The Sopranos as one of those types of performances that made me be like, I want to do that. What Jim was doing in that, when I was watching that every Sunday while I was in high school and through college, that was the kind of acting I was like, it's just honest, it's real, it's captivating. And I was
the storytelling of that series.
Yeah, well, David
the way he
brilliant.
takes. Well, to me, The Wire is one of the greatest series in the history of
Sopranos.
But Sopranos, I loved just as much. But the way that man knows how to take a story.
Yeah.
Like you want to get there, but he's like, no. Yeah. I'm going to take you on this ride.
Because he's a lover of filmmaking and it's that kind of storytelling, true auteur cinema, and I think that's why it becomes polarizing, because some people don't like where it goes, blah blah blah. But like, I loved it and all the way to the end. But playing that role, thank you again, Alex. But like, all of us who were going in with those roles, we all were like, this is a unwinnable task, but we did it.
Is there anything that's coming down the pike that you're looking forward to seeing just as a moviegoer?
So we were just talking about Francis Ford Coppola. I want to see Megalopolis. I've been reading a lot about that. I'm very curious to see, and the fact that he self-financed it and
sold his vineyard to do it.
I mean, I'm very curious to see that. And we're just now starting to get some early rumblings. Yeah, that's gonna be an exciting one to see. That's probably the one that I'm most looking forward to right now.
Yeah, this has been a very interesting year for film so far.
2024 or last year?
2023 was all over the place because we were still trying to get the world back to normal.
But it was huge because of the Barbenheimer thing, and yeah.
But this year's been a roller coaster so far. I think of just there's been some great stuff and there's been stuff that I'm like,
well, we're early.
Yeah,
this is now where
Q2.
the real things start to come out and start to break. So we'll see what happens.
What kind of things do you do to get away from it all?
I cook. That's what I do. I'm a food lover.
Oh yes,
I love it too much. But
and you want to talk about food? You are in the town.
Yeah. I just had a nice prime rib over where I was there. That was pretty good. Food. I cook. Look up recipes. Go to the market. Just come up with ideas. That's my escape from it. Yeah.
Let's get back to the film because I know that you're here to promote. But I'm all over the place when I interview because I don't want to ask the questions like you get asked.
No,
all the
I love
time,
that.
You know?
I love that. That's great.
is this the first time the film's been screened to a audience of strangers?
No. We've been so we premiered at Tribeca.
Very nice.
So a year ago we played Deauville. We won Deauville in France for the best American film. The audience, the jury. A few weeks ago we were at the Gasparilla in Tampa. We won that. So we've had a really good run. We played a lot of festivals and we've gotten a lot of great notices so far. People seem to be responding to it. Yeah, it's been a good run. We're out now. Actually, we released last week.
Congratulations!
Thank you. So if you can't make the festival, please go on your device and pay whatever
LAROY, Texas.
Yeah,
Leroy,
I
Texas.
need your money, please. I have a daughter. I have to feed. Yeah, it's true.
The wheels off. Is it hard for you to watch it?
Yeah.
You did the intro. You're here, so the movie's going right now.
Yeah, I really don't watch, especially with a crowd. This one has been a little bit different for me. Like something like Past Lives, which was last year. I've never seen that with an audience. I've only seen that in a screening room with my wife. That was it. And but this one, I think because I produced it as well, I have a different sort of different bit of skin in the game. So I'm a little more inclined to watch it. I also honestly think that this is a very watchable movie. I think it's one of those movies that, it's dark, but it's enjoyable. You can watch it multiple times. There's big laughs in it. It's heavy, but not in an oppressive way. And I know that's sometimes what we need, but also it's not just like candy. There's something more to it. So that's why I think it's kind of that great balance of drama and comedy.
Will you be doing a Q&A after the film?
Yeah, I'm gonna be here.
How many of those have you been doing, and how's that been going? Have you done it for every screening?
No. I've been working a lot, so I actually haven't been able to go to. In fact, Shane Adkins, our director, is in France right now because it's coming out in France this week, and he's there, and I couldn't go because I'm actually working on something right now in New York, so I couldn't go all the way there. But I was luckily I was able to come here.
Oh, we're glad you're here.
Yeah, but I gotta be back on Monday morning to work again.
You're right back on the plane.
Yeah.
But how's the experience of the festival been for you?
I mean, I just got here, but it's great. I've been here before. I came here. I want to say 2015. The Big Short was here, so I came here with that, and I also had a film here the year before, a short film called The One-Armed Man, based on a Horton Foote short play called The One-Armed Same name. I'm
not the only one that has a brain lock.
Yeah. It's getting late.
You're making me feel better.
So that was here, and I've been here once before, so it's nice to be back.
I know you got to go maybe take a breather before you have to go in for Q&A.
I'll stay here. Who can we interview next?
But I always like to end our time together with shameless self-promotion. So after today, if people want to get in touch with you.
In touch with me.
Like social media,
Cold
websites.
Yeah.
Dial numbers. She'll get there eventually.
I'm in the yellow pages.
Like, where can they find you online? Where can they... for the film, everything else.
Oh goodness! For the I don't know. Well, if you, I'd love for you if you. I hope you will go watch this. You can get it on Amazon, Apple TV.
So it's already streaming as well.
YouTube. Yeah.
Good.
You can get it. So you can go to any of those, any of your platforms. I think it will be in a few months. If you don't want to pay, it will be on one of those platforms to watch at your leisure.
It's very affordable to stream it.
It is, and it would be very nice if you did that. Little films like this need that. We need people to go out and support them. And I recently, the director of Past Lives, Celine Song, insisted I was not on social media, but she insisted I join Instagram. So I'm on Instagram. I don't know what my name. Something with my last name.
Well, they could just do the search by your name and it should come up.
It's a very boring Instagram. So
hey,
I wouldn't be surprised if you don't want to follow it.
No, it's all right.
Yeah, when
if
it's there,
it's there.
Yeah, I try to post if something's coming out. Yeah.
Anything coming up you want to talk about?
Had a busy year. A lot of exciting stuff. The next one is probably this film called September 5th, which is about the Munich Olympic massacre. Sean Penn and Paramount were producing on that. It's Peter Sarsgaard, me, and Ben Chaplin. I did another great film in Utah called Omaha. Right now, I'm working on a film in New York. Maggie Gyllenhaal's new film called The Bride.
Nice.
With Christian Bale and Jesse Buckley and Annette Bening. Great cast, Penelope Cruz. So we're working on that now, and that'll be, you can see that in about 6 years. The way film goes.
Don's got something to say.
Okay.
This is Don, by the way.
This
Yeah, I
is
met Don.
okay. The last time I've done this, when I actually asking a question to the talent was when we had Glenn Morshower from 24 on years ago.
Mhm.
So it's been a while since I've done this. I just got one question for you. I loved that show, Orange is the New Black.
Mhm.
Give me one of the most surprising facts about that show that people would have no idea about.
Oh,
Or one of the
God.
weird parts, or just you got in there that would surprise you.
It's a family show, Don.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, see, I already swore.
I think we get one. It's like the PG-13.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Something surprising.
Something surprised you. You had no idea. You got in there, or whoa, that people had no idea about that show.
It's hard for me because I was so in and out of it.
Yeah.
I would come in. This might surprise. Okay, this is
Yeah.
something I guess
Yeah.
surprising. When I got the job, I didn't know where it was going to go. I didn't know I was going to be on more than one episode.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there was discussion of maybe we'll bring you back, but I got that audition like the night before. I want to say something like that.
Yeah.
Like they were like, "Can you come in for?" There's a part they want you to come in for Orange is the New Black. I went in, I did it, and they're like, "Okay, great. Now you're gonna work tomorrow." And I did that, and they're like, "It may become recurring," but I didn't know that it would last the entire series. No.
Okay.
So that developed. So
Yeah.
what? And I never knew what was going to
Yeah.
happen. I didn't find out that they were going to get married or any of that stuff until it was happening.
Okay.
But that was one of those shows. I was really lucky to be a part of it. It was such a, obviously it's an iconic show, but it was one of those sets that was just always such a joy to come back to. And
Was it in a prison where they filmed a lot of it, or
no,
was it?
actually they filmed in both a stage,
Okay.
like a built-in thing, and the prison grounds were actually a former mental institution.
Yeah, like sometimes they use old
it
prisons
was
and stuff. Okay.
This was a former
okay.
mental institution.
All right, that's all.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. I appreciate. Thank you, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks for
yeah.
coming
We
in.
Thanks for having
appreciate
me.
you.
And
Hope the Q&A goes well. It is Leroy. You're kind of stuck in the middle.
yeah,
It is Leroy, Texas. It is available for you right now. You can go stream it.
yeah, go check it out.
Oh, Raymond wants to take a picture.
All right.
Actually,
like we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
'cause
We
that's
try
a
to be
stretch.
professional. Try. You should. Yeah.
There
yeah.
you
Thank
go.
you, brother.
All right.
All
Thank you so
right.
much, John.
Thank you,
Got
guys.
caught up. Okay, you're good.
You're
What do
good.
you guys keep doing this until?
We're probably getting ready to wrap up here in just
Yeah.
a little while.
We saved the best for last.
There we
Oh,
go.
That's right.
You are the main event, my friend.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks,
All right,
guys.
Thank
See
you so much.
later.
Have a good
Yeah,
night.
You want
Yeah,
to? Does Brad want to sit down?
No, he don't want.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good. We're do that.
All right. So I think that's going to wrap it up for us. Remember, this is the USA Film Festival. It goes, Don, what are the dates on the thing? You've got the paper.
Yeah, so it's going to be showing through.
Should be right
again,
there
riveting.
page. 17th to the 26th, right?
Yeah, it's through Friday the 26th.
So
Yeah.
through next
Yeah,
Friday, the
one-
USA Film Festival right here at the Angelika Film Centre in Dallas at Mockingbird Station. A lot of great films, a lot of great tributes. I know they're doing some
Yeah, next 2 days. They got
So-
most of it's Saturday and Sunday this week. They got some high school stuff. They got some pretty interesting. And Martin Sheen, he's going to be here. So
Is he going to be here? Is it
Yes,
just gonna
yes.
Be,
No,
okay.
no, he's going to be here tomorrow.
I
So
wasn't sure if
and
that
then
was
Bruce,
if
one
that
of
was
my
in person or if that was going to be on
and
the
one of my
screen.
iconic people in like media, Bruce Valanche.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the guy who's always like on
All
Hollywood
right. Well, then
Squares.
let's
Yeah.
do the plugs and get out of here.
Okay.
Make sure you visit our website, the aforementioned www.theclubhousepodcast.com.
Ding.
Everything you need to know and some stuff you don't. Right there, right here is the QR code that Alex was so great to design for us. Scan that for all the things, especially now that we've got, if you just like having the audio version, remember, I have the perfect face for radio. You can get us on Apple Podcasts. You can get us on Amazon Music. You can get us on Spotify now. Please go follow us. Leave a review. Do the things that the kids with the clothes and the hair do. You can follow me on your social medias if you would like. Everything is Yes That Rob Irvin. That is spelled ERVIN. My normal co-host who has been doing work in the chat room tonight. He is Alex Barnhill. You can follow him at Vexploit on all your social media. Don't forget about our store at ProWrestlingTees.com.
That URL to get those shirts that even make me look good. That will change your life. ProWrestlingTees.com/podcast. And on Twitter, I'm Eddie Bunu, IGBNUU. And if you want this madness like this at your place, email me, Don, clubhousepodcast.com.
Email Don. We can come do this at your business. We got no issue with it. We love doing live remote shows and hanging out with the Empire. You can email me questions, comments, concerns. Tell me to go pound sand. My name and email address is rob@theclubhousepodcast.com. Charlotte Marshall's on Pinterest because we are morally obligated to say that. Don needs you to go up to the laptop and hit the brand button. Our normal show every Thursday night, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, is your one-stop shop for all things sports, entertainment, pop culture, and pro wrestling. Hit brand. Hit brand. Okay. And when I tell you, hit the little thing that says the Clubhouse bumper, okay? The Clubhouse bumper. You see right there? On the left side of the screen, down, to the right, to the right, to the right, right? And when I tell you, hit that thing that says show, okay? So until next time, for Don, for Alex, for the Empire, we'll get this figured out someday. My name is Rob. The Clubhouse is closed. Brittany Palmer doing what she does. Hit it.